your life. Tell me about a time when you overcame a challenge. Does anyone have a challenging experience that they would like to share? Ooh, Jason. I'm so glad that I chose that name. Please share. Oh, thank you very much. Round of applause. Awesome. Great crowd. Okay, Jason, please tell me about a time when you overcame a challenge using the STAR method. So first of all, does that work? Hold on. First of all, situation and task only. What was going on? What was the challenge or task? Break up a fight? Okay. So when you were a lifeguard, a coworker came up to you and said that he needed your help breaking up a verbal fight in the change room? In the steam room. Odd place to have a fight, but okay. Cool. So that is the situation. What were you responsible for? What was your goal? My goal was to ensure that all the other participants were safe. And that the situation escalates. Okay, so you're trying to contain the situation, make sure that everybody else is safe, and whatever else that you were asked to do by your colleague in that steam room, which is still weird, but okay. Now, action. So what did you actually do? What happened in that situation? And please use strong action verb like you were told. So I go in and uh-huh. Uh-huh. So you went in, you blew the whistle, everybody went silent, and then you kicked them out so that everybody else in the steam room would be safe. Okay. Their safety was your number one concern. Good. What is your strong action verb? Blew? What is your strong action verb? What would you write in a cover letter or in a written response? Maybe. Beep. What you would say? Well, when we say action verbs, we're looking to come up with something that he has done other than blowing the whistle. What function did he serve? Can somebody help out? Call out an action verb. Wait, hold on. I know I picked on you a lot. Yes. He commended the other group mates? Okay. Sure. That's an action verb. Yes. Communication skills is not a verb. That's okay. Yes. He intervened. Great action verb. Anything else? Yes. Prevented. Great action verb. Yes. Silence. Ooh. Sounds dangerous. No. But it works. Cool. Okay. So that's the kind of action verb that we are trained to use in the STAR method, right? Yes, you blew the whistle, but what you actually did was you intervened, right? You stopped the fight, right? Verbs, other than blew the whistle. Okay? Now, afterwards, what was the results, Jason? What happened afterwards in the end? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. Actually, that had a nice ending to it. I was wondering where that was going to go. Okay, great. So, even though he intervened and tried to ensure the safety of all the other people in the steam room, again, still weird, but okay, right? One of the guys still kept yelling at him and was agitated. It was going beyond his control. So what did he do? He called out to his supervisor, asked for help, and he learned a valuable lesson, which is, I learned that it's okay to ask for help, especially if it's something that is beyond my control, especially if it was a high-stakes situation like this one. And then how would you end that interview? So if I were in that situation, at this position, I would do blah, 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 blah. And that's why you should hire me. Right? Good. Thank you very much, Jason. Now, what we are going to do is we're going to add some meat to it. So before we do, I'm going to retell your story using the STAR method. When you were a lifeguard, there was once an incident where two people got into a fight, a verbal fight, in a steam room, which is weird. My colleague came up to me and said that he needed help intervening, stopping the fight, and ensuring the safety of all the other patrons in the steam room. I went in, intervened, but despite my efforts, one of the fighters or troublemakers were continuing to yell and causing a ruckus. That's when I realized that I need extra help, especially in a high-stakes situation like this. So I called on to my manager, and we were able to resolve the situation, and at the end, everybody was safe. Anybody have tears? Anybody touched by this story? Were you moved? It was a good story, right? If you had to write a summary of it using the STAR method, that it was exactly what it was like. You can even add the last little bit there and say, what was the effect of that experience? What did you learn? What came out of it? Right? You can add all of those, but it wasn't that memorable. Not because Jason doesn't know how to do it. He probably does. But I told him to just stick with the STAR method. And that's what he did, because he's a good man. Right? So now, Jason, I'm going to set you free. Set the shackles free. Open up your wings and fly. Tell me a good story. What did you want? Pick one of the stages. You don't have to tell the entire story. Pick one of the stages of the STAR method. Situation, task, action, result. And tell me what you wanted in one of those stages. Putting you on the spot. What do I mean by what did you want? Yes. Yes, what was your goal? What did you want to achieve in that moment? Did you want to stop the fight, or did you want to just go in and blow the whistle? Regardless of what happened. There we go. That's what he wanted. He wanted to ensure the safety of all the other patrons. Doesn't matter what his actions were. He could have just barged in, kicked the door down, and done some crazy kung fu stuff. Doesn't matter, right? What he wanted in that moment is not about the action. It's really about his motivation. What did he want in that moment? And why, Jason? Why did you care about the other patrons, might I ask? Ooh. Thank you, Captain America. Because it is your honorable duty as a lifeguard to ensure the safety of your patrons. Yes, that's true. Was there anything else? Why does it matter? Were you a professional, full-time lifeguard, and was that what you wanted to do your entire life? No? Okay, yes?
Maybe it's because it gives him satisfaction to help someone else.
Ooh, it gives him satisfaction to help somebody else. Yes, that's a general intrinsic motivation. I think you had your hand up. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. There we go, right? Lots and lots of different motivation. He probably chose the lifeguard role not because it paid. Did it pay well? No. No, it didn't pay well. So he didn't choose it for the money. He chose the lifeguard role because it meant something. It represented something, right? Maybe he wanted a role that helped the community members out to do some good, to bring some order, because that's the kind of person Jason is. He needs safety. He needs to ensure the safety of others. He needs to protect other people. He is our guardian. Go with it. You're that person now, okay? All right. So let's add another aspect to it. Let's see what you were thinking in that moment. So a lot of things happened in that scenario, right? You barged in, you blew the whistle like Captain America, but one of the guys kept on yelling at you. What were you thinking in that moment?
I was very angry
Mm-hmm.
because that was actually the first time somebody yelled at me in public, like with all the other patrons that were watching.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Right? But that's exactly what it was. So he faced a challenge, right? Where he was publicly attacked in front of other people while he was on his honorable civic duty, right? So why did that make it challenging? What were you thinking in that moment? Yes, it was something new. Let's go a little bit deeper into it. Right? What was going through your mind? Because you were doing something good for this community, and you were doing the right thing to intervene in this fight that's not supposed to happen. It endangers everybody else, and you were doing the right thing, and somebody was yelling at you. What were you thinking in that moment?
I wanted to kick her back
Yes, you wanted to kick him out, right? And that's because,
because he was endangering all the other patrons and
mhm.
ruining their time at the pool.
Well,
And
that's
also,
yes. Hmm.
me and my coworkers, there were only a few lifeguards
Hmm.
watching that day.
Hmm.
And because we had to go in if another incident happened,
Hmm.
we might miss it.
Hmm.
And people can press charges.
That's cool. So there's a lot of things that are happening here. Let's see if we can turn all of this into something that's a little bit more value-based. What's important to you, right? So we talked about order. We talked about the honorable duty, right? Safety, that is your responsibility. So you're a responsible person, right? What else? What other values can we bring in? Anyone? Yes?
It might be a legal crisis if any of them actually get damaged from these charges. So
Mm.
it could be a legal crisis for the entire facility.
Okay, so there could be legal crisis, legal repercussions, severe consequences if this were to go on. And might I add, that all happened within his watch, his shift. And he's not someone who's going to walk away, right? Because he is that kind of a person. That's the value that is inside you that you already know because you know yourself. But we just need a little bit of help bringing that out, right? Inside, if you actually think about what your motivations were and why something made you angry or why something made you frustrated or why you were clashing with another person, that's where your motivation is, right? Now, for the fun part, let's talk about feelings. Let's cry our feelings out. Jason, what were you feeling in that moment?
I was feeling very sad,
Very sad,
very pissed off
very pissed off.
because in the Logan and I,
Mm-hmm.
my my shift went from me just standing on the pool deck
Mm-hmm.
to me having to recover my life. So
Mm-hmm.
the tension went from nothing to
Right, so things escalated from what was supposed to be a very peaceful shift into something that was catastrophic or potentially catastrophic in a matter of seconds. And he wasn't going to have it on his watch. That's why he was pissed. He was angry. And he was also very sad, right? If there's one thing that we can all agree on or probably can relate with is that we all have felt that kind of emotion before. Who here has never been pissed off before? Who here has never been sad before? Flip the question. Who here has been pissed off before? Nice. That's okay. Who was pissed off this week? Okay. Who was pissed off this morning? Oh my God. Who is pissed off now? Why? But what we can say for sure is that yes, we all get pissed off. And why do we usually get pissed off? Because either we don't get our way of what we want, or our beliefs or our ways or our values get challenged and we see injustice in that. Right? Think of a moment when you knew that you were doing the right thing, but somebody just came up to you, wronged you, and just ran away. How pissed off would you be? If you are nodding right now, you know exactly what Jason is feeling right now. And Jason, there were a couple of people who are nodding. Those people who are nodding are the ones who are going to remember your story. They are the ones who are going to say, oh, that Jason guy. Yeah, he was someone, right? So that's who you want to target. And that's who you want to tell the story to, right? So let's bring it all back together. Why should I give a damn about Jason? Who here knows Jason personally? Oh, nice. You're a popular guy. Who cares about Jason? Nice. You guys are good friends. Oh, thank you. Oh, in the middle. Nice. Who loves Jason? Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. I'm saying thank you on your behalf. Throw some hearts behind them. They're right there. Throw some hearts. There we go. Love it. Yes. There we go. Right? So again, it's really about connecting with the interviewer, right? Letting them know how you felt, letting them feel how you felt, right? And if they're having a hard time understanding why you felt that way, that's when you introduce what your logic was, your thought processes were. Explain the situation, not what you did, right? Because all he did so far, and I'm not trying to downplay it, all he did so far was walk in, blow the whistle, and talk to the supervisor. Those are the actions, right? If I told you that I intervened into a fight by blowing a whistle and then telling my supervisor what happened, it wouldn't sound noble at all, right? It's really about how you tell the story. That's the difference between STAR and WTF.